Morning crew, morning Facebook guys. I hope you're having a fantastic start to the day wherever you are in the world. So, as you can see, I'm sitting in my car, it's early and there's no sunlight just yet, which means in the UK, the time is changing soon. We're flipping over to that daylight savings malarkey, which nobody really understands, but people understand, so it happens. I don't know ever which way it goes either. I never know whether the clocks go forwards, backwards, upside down, inside out. All I know is there's a good one where you get an extra hour, and then there's a bad one where you don't get an extra hour of time in bed, right? So I don't know whether this one coming up is a good one or whether it's a bad one. So if you know, please drop a comment below. Hey, that rhymes. Anyway, on to today's topic, temperament. It's a really interesting word to spell. So how to manage your temperament. What is an example of good temperament? You know, I guess that's kind of up for debate, but in my eyes, I always think that people fall into kind of two categories when it comes to pursuit of goals and change and things like that. The first one is the category of worry or becoming anxious about finding things tough and finding things difficult. And they sort of seem to get to this stage of like, oh, it's so hard. You know, my day started really well and Fred from accounting is doing really, really well. But by 3 p.m. I'm feeling really rubbish. And, you know, no one else has this problem of feeling down and feeling miserable about, you know, having to change things up. And therefore it's not fair. It's not fair because I'm struggling and no one else is. So therefore I'm going to give up and carry on with the way things were before. That's not the case. Don't do that. There's a way to manage that. Secondly, I see people who have the tiniest bit of success. Oh yeah, I've been really on it for 2 days, so definitely deserve this glass of wine, this beer, this chocolate, etc. You name it. I deserve it because I've given myself 2 days of awesomeness, which again, you know, is not the right way to manage it in my view. That's just in my view. If you want to eat chocolate after 2 days, that's cool. Just remember to ask yourself 3 questions if you fall into either one of those categories, right? The first question is, have you been consistently eating well? You know, 80 to 100%. If you haven't seen that video, then send me a message, pop me a like and a comment, and I will give you the link to that video. Have you been consistently training, which is, you know, another thing, 80 to 100%. Have you been showing up? Have you been doing the work? Those sorts of things. Because if you haven't, then, you know, either you're feeling hard done by because you're letting yourself down, or you're feeling some success, which is misplaced success, right? And the last question is, do you really deserve for yourself to let yourself go or to let yourself have a reward? 9 times out of 10, that's probably going to be a no with most people. So your tips for today, to round this up, because I like to ramble, live at 80 to 100%, right? If you really want the things you want, I keep saying this, I go on and on about this every single week. If you really want it, you'll pursue it, no matter what. I sat and had a cup of coffee yesterday and I watched people, and I'm a people watcher, I like watching people. And I saw people devouring all sorts of craziness. And those are probably the same people who are so conflicted about change, and they want it, but they feel bad and they don't know why. And the chances are it's because they're not giving themselves that 80 to 100% opportunity. Right? Tip 2, be unapologetic and really, really go for it. If you really want it, you'll live at 100%, like I said, but be unapologetic. Did I say be apologetic? I don't know. Anyway, be unapologetic about what your pursuits are, to yourself and to others. Be unapologetic. You want it for you. Yes, it may be slightly selfish, but if the benefit to you is being healthier, happier, and living longer, then it's going to benefit other people, the people in your immediate circle. So be unapologetic about it, pursue it. And the tip 3 is show up every single day and do the work. Nothing gets done without doing the work. So those are my tips. Those are my little thingamajiggies for you to go away with today. If you have enjoyed this video, please pop it a like, a comment, a share. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week. Stay strong. Keep moving.